Well, she is the most famous woman in rugby, but there is plenty of on-field substance to match the off-field style. And for the first time in a sevens, in a 15 shirt, Ilona Maher standing, lining up to face this Haka, to face New Zealand for that very first time. A referee is the most experienced in women's internationals. A 45th test for Sarah Cox from England, Ella Goldsmith and Jessling, Rachel Horton, all from Australia, the assistants and television match official. And there she is, as I say, the most famous woman in rugby, but she has got enough to match the off-field style. Powerful with ball in hand, an offensive warrior, massive work ethic. The Olympic bronze medalist Ilona Maher has gone all in for Rugby World Cup. She faces New Zealand for the first time in a 15s jersey. And the world's best sevens player makes her test debut as well. Georgia Miller hosts the most unique skill set style of any player in the world. She is a fierce competitor too. Georgia Miller could be about to put the 15s game on notice. The final match in Pacific 4 2025 as World Cup looms. New Zealand in the black and the United States in the white. New Zealand, if they are to take the Pacific 4, will firstly concede a penalty.
Shove her in the back like that.
And shoving the back off the ball.
She's nowhere near that ball.
And we talk about discipline being a key for both of these teams, and not the way for New Zealand to start.
Absolutely. The Black Ferns have the highest percentage of penalties in the Pac 4, but it hasn't gone to plan, this kick.
Oh, that's a really nervy kick for touch as well. Here's Mahutariki Whakalelu gets her first touch with ball, and everyone can settle into their work. Here's Setefano around the corner for Woodman-Wickliffe. Now Waka, quick hands for Vahakolo, puts it on the left boot. A little chip up over the top, and it's taken in by Ibarra, supported by Cheta Emba, veteran player in sevens and 15s, and that's a nice raking kick downfield from Emba. Sorensen McGee. And Vahakolo throws a very flat ball into the hands of Olsen Baker. Kate Henwood getting her first start in the Pacific 4 as well. Setefano tried to tip it on. It's been scooped up and lost by the USA on the way through. Play on.
I've completely lost you there.
For New Zealand, in fact, lost off a New Zealand hand as well. And a very
by White,
scrappy start to the match.
Yeah, this is where the nerves are starting to get brushed off a little bit.
Dropped out then, mate.
Black Ferns were just caught out a little bit flat when they were able to transition into attack, but you can already see they're trying to send it wide, trying to get their wide attackers into the game as early as possible to give them momentum.
We'll give it.
It was a great kick as well from Cheta Emba to turn around Portia Woodman and get them on that back foot and pin them down at this end of the field. We've seen they do kick the most out of any other team purely because they're usually playing defensively, trying to win some territory, stuck in their own half. So if they can stay down here, they'll be loving it.
Crouch!
Olivia Ortiz to feed this first scrum. USA scrum with Hope Rogers perhaps the best loose head going at the moment, matching up against the young New Zealander, Mahutariki Whakalelu.
Right, 2 things. Just make sure you hold your weight for me and get that control over the mark. You make sure that you hold your positions, okay?
20-year-old on debut, Vaisinia Mahutariki Whakalelu. Right into the cauldron against the 54 Test veteran Hope Rogers.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Stable this time, it'll come away for Ortiz into the hands of Ibarra. Here's a first touch for Maher as well with her power. Dragged down by Miller and Demant, but it's nice attacking possession for USA to start this match. Ortiz will bring it away for Rogers. A hat-trick against Australia last week for Hope Rogers. And there's a penalty conceded against Miller, but straight in around that ruck, sniffing around in the breakdown.
Yeah, we know that she's going to do that every time she has an opportunity, but she was unfortunately not supporting her weight. Sarah Cox pinged her straight away, so USA get the opportunity to get a line out not far out from their try line, roughly 10 metres to be exact. This is where they need to really inject their strong, powerful runners in the back line. Ma, Ember, Ma Taitonga, they've got speed, they've got footwork. This is where they need to test the Black Ferns defence line, but Ember's looking like she's got to get a little bit of attention here.
Yeah, it was initially from that first break down this left-hand side where she got tackled. She stayed down there, but then again in this sequence of play, she stayed down once more. We'll take a look here.
Oh, right on the hip, yeah. You just see as she made the run, Taylor.
Yeah, you could just see her pulling up there. She does not look good. So she stayed down initially early in that very first run. So this will be a huge loss. She's such a veteran. 3 Rugby World Cups. I mean, she's been around for a long time, Cheddar Ember. She's going to try and power through.
I have had some injuries in the week too. Lottie Clapp ruled out of this one as well. So this is the end of a 6 weeks or so together for the United States. There's a couple battered and bruised. Cheddar Ember battle on for now. First throw for Paige Stathopoulos, getting the start ahead of Catherine Trader in the number 2 jersey for the United States, and she finds their mark early in the form of Erica Giral, and they've got a really good drive. Look at the bodies piling in. Maher's in there, Hawkins is in there, Ibarra's in there. All the numbers, Henrik as well. And it's USA rumbling to the line, looking for first points. It's just splintered away. New Zealand, Bremner's got in to hold it up with Setefano, and they'll hold USA up just on the line. Oh,
the strength there of Ilona Bremner, just going straight through the middle of that maul. Lifting the ball up in the air, not allowing USA to get the ball to ground. Absolute strength here. You can see here the USA initially had a good push here, they had good drive. They had their forwards in, then you can see Maher coming in. They had great momentum, but Bremner there, amazing strength to stop that try.
Oh, they have put the Black Ferns on notice when it comes to maul defence, that is for sure.
Dropout goes down to Polo Mataitonga, fullback, after playing on the wing last week. Mataitonga up to the 22. Nice concerted early bit of ball in hand for the United States with Emily Henrich. Here's Ibarra, and now Sagapolo. There for Hawkins, a kind of dual playmaking options for the US with Ibarra and Hawkins today. Here's the young 10 again, having a little dab and getting the ball away to Zachary. Rips it wide for Ember. Now we'll see how the hip is. Held up, but does well to offload. Ibarra goes again. Really promising start for the US if they can capitalise. Hawkins now for Rogers, almost through. Gets past one, just stopped. Rachel Johnson only knows one way, head down and hard, the number 8, but she's stopped in a good tackle by New Zealand. Black Ferns have regrouped again, Rogers. Away it comes for Frida Tafuna, and now Sagapolo once more.
Wait here.
USA really pressing in the opening 6 minutes here. They've been in dominant position. Looking to strike first. Johnson will pick and go next. She's got a line up behind her to try and shove her over. It's well stopped by Miller and Olsen-Baker though. Really good by the New Zealand Lucies. Still there for the United States, and Rogers tries to burrow over. Just short. Back it comes once more for the USA, and Tafuna will dive over, and the United States open the scoring at North Harbour Stadium through Freda Tafuna.
Oh, that was just patience from the USA Eagles. Freda Tafuna, she actually started against the Black Ferns side last year in the Pac-4 series. 1 try for her today, and for the Pac-4, it was just a matter of time for USA. They were getting great drive here. Actually, the injection of Obara, she has stepped up massively for her at first 5. Cheta Emba here having a little bit of a run. She's obviously cured there. And the Black Ferns just had to scramble, but their line defense was impressive. But it was just a matter of time for Tafuna just to get over that white line.
Oh, well done to the forward pack for the USA Eagles. They have come to play. They rolled up their sleeves. They did the dirty work. They looked after their ball at ruck time. They didn't allow the Black Ferns to get in and attack, and they have certainly come here to play.
Mackenzie Hawkins to convert the extras and makes no problem of it. Really good start for the visitors. The United States Eagles on the board early, 7 points to 0.
It's important here that USA really capitalise on this momentum. I think a lot of people did not expect this at all from them to get the first points on the scoreboard. And so the Black Ferns need to just regroup, start again, and hold on to possession.
He's on the phone at the moment.
There are a few USA fans in the crowd here today as well. There was certainly a big roar when she crossed the try line. Great to see.
USA strike first. So welcome in on CBS Sports Network visitors watching on in the United States. Welcome in. I hope you're enjoying this early start from your team. Here's Matatonga looking to run out from inside their own territory. Here's Tafuna, the try scorer again, dragged down. Good tackle made by Setefano. But again, it was a nice surge from Tafuna, getting the start this week and making the most of it. Rogers now. Oh, and they concede a penalty though.
You've got to square up.
New Zealand will get the opportunity to counter straight away.
Number 8, side entry.
Yeah, I hope Rogers had a good strong carry, but Leanna Mikoeli too, you could see that she got taken out from the ruck from the side. Allows Black Ferns to get the ball in hand, get some territory, and get some momentum from this.
Just a reminder, New Zealand need to win this game with a bonus point and 25 points or more if they are to roll over the top of Canada and regain the Pacific 4 trophy. It's a long way off after this start from the USA. First throw for Ponsonby. New Zealand's line-out hasn't functioned all that well this series, but that's a nice start for Brendan. It's tucked in the back under the right arm of the hooker, Georgia Ponsonby.
Breakaway!
It's now broken away. Ponsonby goes herself and just gets to the line where she held up over it. There were arms underneath. Desperate from the United States. Erica Jarrell and Ortiz, the little halfback, getting it underneath as Ponsonby came at them.
Yeah, Ortiz is probably one of the smallest ones on the field, but Georgia Ponsonby, she broke away from the maul, so she had to go forward again. She couldn't reattach, so it meant that she had to carry with the ball, but Ortiz got under that ball really nicely and stopped that try. Man, they're playing unbelievable in this first 10 minutes.
Dropout goes down to the 10-metre line, taken in by DeMant. Here's the first touch for Sorensen McGee in attack. We know how dangerous she is. Runs into Zachary and Hallie Tsofu for the USA. Cody Lane has a little sniping run, little flick ball out the back. Miller ball in hand, and now DeMant, New Zealand keeping it alive. Olsen Baker powering forward. Here's Ponsonby again. And they've peeled off 40 metres in quick time. Numbers everywhere. Ember's on one leg. She won't get to Caitlin Vahakolo. And it is New Zealand's offloading game that gets them firing, and the finish for Caitlin Vahakolo.
Oh, take it back to the combination of the 7 sisters, Bree Saliana, Pody Lane and Georgia Miller. Ball in hand, they are dangerous, and it was just a matter of who was going to score the try, and Caitlin Vahakolo, she was the one to get the ball in the end. But look at that. Flick out the back, offload again, Demand was involved, Olsen Baker was involved. That drive there was important, and Ponsonby getting ball in hand as well, and it was just a matter of accurate catch and pass. A little bit of fumble there by Vahakolo, she was lucky to catch that, but Black Ferns are on the scoreboard.
introduction of the Sevens women is a high-tempo game. They are used to playing very quickly. That's what they did. It was the nous as well from Demant and Kaipo Olsen-Baker to get there quickly. But that defense from the USA, guilty of not folding around and covering that blind side. They made it too easy for the Black Ferns, not playing heads up.
Demant to add 2 more. And so we're all square after 12 minutes with the conversion of the Caitlin Vahakolo try.
You see Cheta Imba there, she didn't make the tackle. You could see she was a little bit sore, so she has come off the field in injury replacement. She has got to succumb to that hip injury and onto the park. Tess Fury, another former Sevens player.
Oh, that's a real shame for Cheta Imba getting the start, but right from that first period of play. Good experience to be able to bring on in Tess Fury. Here's Olsen-Baker already impactful as she was off the bench last week. Cody Lane relies on her. New Zealand with lots of bodies in motion. Sorensen McGee with the dummy. Had Miller on way. Vahakolo the other. Goes Vahakolo. Offload doesn't find hands this time until Fu'u gets back to tidy up for the United States. New Zealand busting out,
You need to use
and the
that
US having to regroup and regroup quickly. Hawkins bangs it downfield. Sorensen McGee fields the kick. Away she sets again. Lost control of it on the floor though. So New Zealand, while they're looking full of running, just a little spilled ball.
Oh, that breakaway from Braxton Sorensen McGee, we've seen it multiple times over the last few weeks in this Pac-4 series. Just shows how dangerous she is, but just that time, Stastopoulos got on top of her and caused her to knock it on. But it was just a great opportunity for the Black Ferns to really showcase what they've been working on with their offloads. It's just great catch and pass here by Bremner. Setefano as well getting involved. But Braxton Sorensen McGee, their offload was on, but the pass here from Vahakolo almost needed to be a proper pass rather than a flick offload. But again, the injection of this young superstar, she has just been amazing.
So hard to believe, she's just 18 years old. We say it every time she takes the field because you just have to sit back and admire her presence. We've got to have a bit of time off here. The referee just changing her comms, that's all important. We need to make sure that she can listen to her assistant referees, and it gives both teams some time to just discuss what's happened. As you mentioned, Michaela, I don't think the Black Ferns expected the USA to come out firing as they have.
They've been together now for about 7 weeks, so USA are nearing the end of their tour in preparation for their Rugby World Cup. They've had a lot of time together, maybe a little bit of cabin fever, maybe a bit of itchiness of just wanting to get home and just really finish on a high against this quality Black Ferns team.
The last scrum we saw, they went to Ilona Maher. This USA outfit, they've got plenty of weapons. I would like to see Mackenzie Hawkins have a go.
Scrum sets just on the USA side of halfway.
Set! Steady!
The New Zealand start to get a bit of a shove on, but Ortiz clears away for Hawkins. Has a little dab at the line herself, Mackenzie Hawkins. And away it comes round the corner, Rachel Johnson, this hard-working number 8. Through the hands, and it's going to bounce kindly for Waka. New Zealand swoop onto loose possession. Error from the US. Here's Maya Roos. Good defence, regrouping well. The USA, Pody Lane has a little dab down the blind side. Here's Miller, ball in hand, through the first defender, got Vahakolo. Georgia Miller, we've seen it on the 7 series. Now we see it in Test match rugby. She puts it on a plate for Vahakolo to get a second. And New Zealand bust away with Caitlin Vahakolo the score and Georgia Miller the provider.
Oh, it's not taking long for Georgia Miller to stamp her mark in this team. We talk about it all the time. She just flows through that defense line. Look at her just sway her hips. She's just having some fun. She could have really pushed to go herself, but Vahakolo, great support play from her. Second for her for today. We said at the start of the game we wanted to see more from Vahakolo, and this is what we're getting.
That is your World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year. showing the 15s game just how many tools she has in her toolkit. Absolutely fantastic defensively, but on attack, she just makes it look so easy the way she glides through. And also good support play, as you mentioned, by Vahakolo.
Demand to add the extras. It'll stay out to the right. Try will go unconverted, but New Zealand in front now. 12 points to 7 at North Harbour Stadium.
There was a big gasp when Georgia Miller had her hands on the ball, because this 7,000 strong crowd, they're here to see someone like her play, and she's certainly providing.
It was that combination again of Poldy Lane knowing exactly where Miller was going to be at the right time. Maybe they played alongside each other for a bit, I don't know.
Well, put that on another jersey, that's you on the end of the chain instead of Caitlin Vahakolo, although she started to do it too. USA get possession back though. We're still right in this fight. It's been a really busy 15 minutes. Ortiz has a little dab herself, but can't go through Vahakolo. Tess Fury playing up in the line, into the game early, the number 23 with injury, unfortunately, to Cheta Ember. Hawkins is going to go wide. Woodman-Wickliffe came in, finds Tafuna on the edge. Miller eventually drags Frida Tafuna down. She's made a good start to this match, and New Zealand will get the penalty. Just held on one bit too long, did the number 6 for the USA.
Yeah, it was still smart, though, to go wide. They had numbers up, because you could see that Woodman-Wickliffe had shot in. So Tafuna had actually a lot of space to work with, but Stacey Waka, she got over that ball pretty quickly, and she was very immovable. She's strong over those breakdowns. We see her do it all the time on the World Series. I can imagine we'll see her do it again today.
And that's the benefit, isn't it, of bringing in those sevens players, because they're just class in all facets of the game. In that sevens game, you have to be good at everything. You cannot hide. So like you mentioned, Stacey Waka, she's so used to just getting in, seeing players isolated and snatching that ball. Miller drags her down straight and over. Classy.
We talk about them as sevens players, but this is Stacey Waka's 26th test. Teresa Setefano, 19th cap. Sevens is where they mainly ply their trade, but New Zealand rugby players first and foremost, regardless of the code. Paige Stathopoulos is dragged down by one of them. There's Hope Rogers. She's the one to really get them going forward. So robust is Rogers. Most capped USA player, but speaking of robust, Mahusada Kifakalelu came through.
Awesome, thank you.
And it'll still be US ball.
Great carry by Rogers, but there was just a glimpse of Vaisinia Mahutariki Whakalelu's strength over that clean out. She's an impressive woman. She obviously was a Chiefs Manawa stalwart this series and the Super Rugby Opaki. She's an emerging powerhouse. She's also a Cook Islands representative, Hamilton Girls High School. She is an amazing talent that we're going to see in this black jersey for a long time, I'd imagine.
I remember seeing her at number 8 playing secondary school rugby for Hamilton Girls High School. We knew she was special. James Semple told her to go into the front row, and it has paid dividend, her Waikato FBC coach at the time.
Set!
Again, USA scrum on the 10-metre line as it comes away for Olivia Ortiz. That's an awkward ball, but Ma does well to catch up with it. Waka and Setefano just ride the physical prowess of Ilona Maher to ground. And New Zealand have had a good go at that one. Olsen Baker knocked down and concedes the penalty.
Yeah, just a little bit of a silly mistake there by Olsen Baker. She just almost needed to make the tackle, to be honest, rather than going for the ball. They had good line speed, good pressure. But USA, they're actually going really well with ball in hand. They've got great possession, great moving forward, and you can see the movement off the ball as well, off the back line.
Come over.
So they're doing really well with getting ball in hand and just holding on to it and really causing some stress in that Black Ferns defence.
Stavropoulos finds Jarrell away. It comes for Hawkins. And now good hand, Zachary to Tafuna again. She's been busy. The young blind side. Now Sagapolo. USA looking to build their attack too as we nudge to the first quarter. But Olsen Baker a shot off the line. She read it beautifully. Was sweating on that intercept. Kaipo Olsen-Baker. Now Pody Lane puts in the kick to try and turn the US around, but Fury's done well to get back in good time. Tess Fury.
No, leave it with Black, leave it.
Ridden to ground after the intercept of Olsen-Baker, and USA find themselves way back in their own territory.
Well done. You called it there.
Hawkins again.
Stop.
Vahakolo brings it in on the 10-metre line for New Zealand. 2 tries already. Caitlin Vahakolo now winding up for Henwood. Driven into the ground. Kate Henwood squeezed back, and it's awkward for Pody Lane. Tried to flick it away. Gets a penalty. There's Ilona Maher got the ball fully in the face. The eyes are watering a wee bit, isn't she? But didn't show much, Ilona Maher.
Yeah, it was actually a great clean out by USA. They were able to just put a little bit of pressure on Pody Lane, who couldn't get the ball out cleanly, but USA were just caught holding on to Reese. We're not allowing you to get the ball out from the ruck, but yeah, a ball to the face is definitely not the nicest, no matter how hard it is. Yeah, ouchie.
She barely flinched, did Bremner. Down the back they go this time for Roos. Now Olsen-Baker will tear away. New Zealand work a move off the line out. Now Vahakolo. New Zealand looking for a third try to extend the advantage. Mahutariki Whakalelo just to ground. Pody Lane distributing well for Mikaeli Tu'u. Quick, able to go again. Here's Liana Mikaeli Tu'u, just 3 metres short of the line now. Olsen-Baker, strong again. The Black Ferns Player of the Year last year. Here's Bremner, close to the line. Almost stretch out, thought about it, brings it back once more. Pody Lane checks the options. Miller, Setefano, the quick hands as it comes undone.
Number 12, offside.
USA caught up offside, but they're happy with the hustle, at least in defence.
Absolutely, and Black Ferns, are quite lucky there with the penalty advantage, as USA had shot up on demand before that knock on, but we see the forwards do the work, but the speed of pass by Pody Lane, it's actually forcing her forward pods to be ready quickly. And then it allows them to be able to keep the ball moving fast and attacking play. But when the Black Ferns have a line out 5 metres out, we know that they're going to be dangerous.
Ponsonby, that one's gone through the hands of Bremner though, and it lands for Paige Stathopoulos, so USA let off. As Ortiz just organises the troops behind her. And Ibarra will scramble the clearance away. Only down to the 10-metre line, and Vahakolo looking to open things up for Sorensen McGee. Now Woodman-Wickliffe, one-on-one around the outside of Fury. Here goes Portia. Woodman-Wickliffe eventually dragged down. Matai Tonga stood her ground. It was Ma who made the tackle. New Zealand pouring forward though. Olsen-Baker. Again, the USA have regrouped really well in defence. They've been resolute, but they're clinging on. They can't cling on to Henwood. She's up to the 5-metre line. They're coming in waves now, a black wave bearing down on this US line, and it'll be Portia Woodman-Wickliffe to finish in the corner. Ma, they're going to check to see if Ma did enough to stop her.
So I've got a clear grounding. So we just want to check touch?
Touch and goal.
Perfect, okay. So Rach, coming up to you. So we have an on-field decision as try. We both have a clear grounding. We just want to check touch in the lead up to that, please.
Okay, Coxie, on-field decision is try. You're happy with the grounding, checking touch?
Yes, please.
This is your best angle, Coxie. You may award the try.
Thank you very much.
Try given. Portia Woodman-Wickliffe gets New Zealand's third.
No, over it.
Ma almost did enough, but there was too much pace and power of Woodman-Wickliffe.
Oh, it's a battle of probably the biggest names in women's rugby at the moment. But Portia Woodman-Wickliffe, she won that one. But we've got to take it back to her carry initially from the halfway, where it gained the Black Ferns 30 metres. And then they were just able to play easily off that.
Similar position for Ruahei Demantis, the one that could have won that match against Canada last week. And about the same result for Demand. So it's New Zealand up by 10, 25 minutes gone, 17-7.
Yeah, this is where we know that Portia Woodman-Wickliffe is dangerous. They're stepping away, but Mātai Tonga, she stood her ground. She stayed in the fight. But the catch and pass here from the Black Ferns, Olsen Baker, draw and pass, Mikaeli Tu'u, and it was just a matter of who was going to be at the end of the chain. Woodman-Wickliffe, another try to add to her name.
39th try of her Test career, 195 points, Portia Woodman-Wickliffe. Here's Olsen Baker again. Oh, she is just in some form at the moment. Kaipo Olsen Baker. Cleared away, Demand. Slip ball lovely from Bremner to Waka crashing forward. Stacey Waka, her first Test match since that stunning performance in the World Cup final. Here goes Sorensen McGee, speaking of stunning. She's got Miller one way, instead it's Vahakolo back in field. Poldy Lane in support, Reese Poldy Lane flicks it away, Miller scoops it up, gets it off for Woodman-Wickliffe. New Zealand wingers with the tries, but everybody else involved again. Portia Woodman-Wickliffe grabs a second in quick succession.
200 points in the black jersey for Portia Woodman-Wickliffe. It was a matter of time of it to happen. But the break here from Sorensen McGee, she had options left and right. Vahakolo was there, Poldy Lane, she had a great carry here. Offload, great scramble here, and Georgia Miller, when she needs to save the day, she'll do it. She'll do it.
How can you not be entertained watching the Black Ferns brand of rugby right now? You give Braxton Sorensen McGee an inch, she will take a mile. Look at what it means to the players, and that's what half the crowd looked like too, just willing that try to happen. And she's almost catching Vanessa Coots at 43 tries. I think by the end of the year we might be at the top of that ladder.
Greats on that list. And now the conversion from wide too. New Zealand, after going behind early, Wonder Woodman-Wickliffe on the score sheet, and making it 24 points to 7.
Oh, it's just so amazing to watch right now. Just the ability for the Black Ferns to keep the ball alive and just letting everyone have a crack with the ball in hand. Vahakolo, we love that energy.
USA looking to respond. Mātai Tonga goes flying at it, but Vahakolo brings it in. She had a tough day against Australia a couple of weeks ago, Caitlin Vahakolo. Been busy and involved in this one, although New Zealand have conceded the penalty
also off your feet
against Olsen Baker. Good chance here for the USA just to regroup a little bit. They've been knocked in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, they just need a little bit of continuity here, the USA. Penalties conceded, that definitely isn't helping them at the moment, but we were in this position before they scored their first try. Freda Tafuna, in the first 10 minutes of the game, started from a line out, and most of their majority of their tries this Pac 4 series has come from their line out as well as turnovers.
Okay, there's a little bit of confusion. Just don't close the gap. And then also just make sure we get that timing on that lift, please. All right, go again. Ladies, no huddle, we go again, please. Quick.
Well, they've got, at the moment, Rachel Johnson just standing out to foot, who comes into the line out now. And that's to who they go to, Hali Tafo'o, and it peels off for Rachel Johnson. And they've dragged a penalty here, have the United States. So well worked in the end for Rogers to pick and go once more. USA looking to bounce back quickly. KMA Sagabolo. Now Rachel Johnson again, and trying to stretch really close to the line. Roz Johnson, the veteran number 8, quick pick again, another advantage. Hope Rogers goes low and gets the try. Of course she does, because that's what Hope Rogers does. Cannot keep her out of the score sheet, and Hope Rogers drags one back for the United States.
Hope Rogers, she has the all-time caps for the USA Eagles. 4 tries this Pac-4 series, a hat trick against the Wallaroos. And again, it was just the patience by the forwards of the USA, just picking and going, knowing when the right hold to attack is there. And Hope Rogers, when she's that low to the ground, and the strength that she has, she's hard to stop.
This is their bread and butter, this USA Eagles pack. They are good when they're working in close quarters, in nice and tight together. They know which way to go. They know to go left or right, and that low body position from Hope Rogers. And this USA team, not for the first time, their forward pack have really stamped their mark on this game.
Did it pretty well too, pretty comfortably, you'd have to say, the setup. And now for Mackenzie Hawkins to try and add a couple more. No problem again for Hawkins off the tee, so USA drag an important try back. Takes us to 24 points to 14 with 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Just when you think that the Black Ferns have good momentum, USA have an answer to it, which is positive for them. But it's about if they can continue it for the next 10 minutes, because they need the momentum going into half time.
Awesome, thanks, mate.
Demand sends it deep inside the USA 22, where it's fielded by Soraya Ibarra. Here's Matotonga, showing a willingness to really put herself about the fullback. Hawkins for Johnson. As for Exeter, and the PWR has said she's done with that afterwards, will retire from club rugby. Here's Maher, ball in hand. Dragged down by Waka. Hawkins flat and hard, just have not been able to get out of the 22. Pressure came on, a difficult ball goes to ground, and a chance for New Zealand to strike again.
Just that line speed pressure of Olsen, Baker and Hedwood getting into the faces.
I wasn't sure how you came out with that ball. That's why
wasn't able to catch the ball cleanly. So, scrum from 20 metres out. You've got options everywhere, but it's just a matter of who wants to get the ball more. Hope Rogers there, 4 tries for the USA Eagles. She's been impressive for their tour this Pac-4 series.
Frustrating for the USA Eagles, though, because not for the first time they've taken a leaf out of the Black Ferns book and decided to try and run it out from kickoff, and they had 4 phases inside their 22, didn't get out of it. That's when your game driver needs to decide to put a kick in and get out of the pressure situation, and now they've found themselves right in the pressure cooker.
Set!
We see Olsen Baker bounce out the back. She gets the tap from Pody Lane. There is Reese Pody Lane distributing for Waka as New Zealand go off the scrum. Good tackle by Mataitonga. Still there for the Black Ferns, though. Another good tackle by the fullback on Olsen Baker. Able to get up, go again. USA backpedaling as New Zealand come once more. Oh, just a misunderstanding. Miller looking to recover. Again, Bulo Mataitonga makes a 3rd tackle in the movement. It's got all a bit messy for New Zealand. So Ponsonby just throws herself into the contact area. Maya Kawana Kolani Roos. Ball spits out the back again. Really untidy. Execution not there from New Zealand, and now so Demand comes back on the angled run, able to get up and keep going. Tafuna got hands on it, but has to release. Setefano no way through. Good defence again. This time from the halfback Ortiz. Pody Lane looks to release Henwood once more.
No!
Johnson got hands on it. Will concede the penalty though.
Arms on the floor first.
Starting just to tick up against
I did tell you twice,
the
no,
USA. They gave away 18 against Australia last week, and penalty count mounting.
It was probably the first passage of play that we've seen the Black Ferns be a little bit untidy and almost like they had miscommunication, didn't know what they were doing, who was sitting where, who was passing to who. So this is actually quite crucial for them. They're able to reset, start again from a line out. We know that they can do some real damage from here.
Well, the most frustrating thing too was there was so much space on the edges because the USA defenders kept going in, and you could hear them calling for the ball, but they weren't going that way.
Olsen Baker standing in that half-back position. It peels away from Mahatariki Whakalelu. On debut, the 20-year-old goes close to the line. Bremner into Zachary and Tafuna, just doing enough. Oh, Alana Bremner over the line, bodies underneath, and she's held up. New Zealand throwing plenty at this resolute US defence.
It's actually a great carry by Bremner, but you could see that she was getting communication from Pody Lane as well to either offload or carry or offload. But USA defence, they were able to stop that try again. Try line defence for USA has been immense. They've stopped 2 tries now from the try line from being held up.
And both of them by way of Bremner. She's been working hard, just haven't been able to be rewarded for it.
Ibarra just doesn't quite make the connection she needs on it. And Vahakolo scoops up the ball onto the 22 already. Pody Lane for Ponsonby, slips a nice ball for Olsen Baker. Can't keep her name out of it. Here's Ponsonby again, so good in the loose. Oh, Jarrell did well, just got in the way of Ponsonby and Setifano, and the ball goes to ground. New Zealand, again, that willingness to go to that DNA to keep the ball alive.
Absolutely, you can see that they're still trying to keep that offload game going. Setifano was just put it out in the way by Jarrell. She's just been electric this Pac 4 series. Erica Jarrell, 13 ball carries, 20 successful tackles. She's been immense for this USA Eagles team this Pac 4 series. So she's just been working hard on and off the ball. She actually started as well against the Black Ferns in their Pac 4 game last year. She's only 26 years old, so she's got plenty of experience still to give.
But I think on their defence too, you know, that back row, they've all been working incredibly hard. The USA have the best tackle success rate of 93%. And you can see that they don't mind being on defence. Actually, they're meeting them up in that collision area. They love putting in a strong shoulder. I really like to see how they do scramble well on defence. You said it as well, Ricky, that their scramble defence has been really good. They're able to set themselves up every time the Black Ferns do make a break.
Just some treatment for Kate Henwood at the moment. This still to come for the Black Ferns, the Laurie O'Reilly series against Australia. The O'Reilly Cup is already wrapped up, but that is the final home test for the Black Ferns before the World Cup, Saturday the 12th of July from Sky Stadium in Wellington, of course, on Sky Sport. And it is all building up to this live and exclusive Rugby World Cup 2025. It starts August 22nd, the defence of the title for the Black Ferns. Of course, it'll be the United States who open the tournament against the home team, England as well. What an occasion that will be at the Stadium of Light. Very much looming in the rearview mirror now.
You can see here the territory and possession game for both Black Ferns and USA is quite even, 50-50 for the territory, 46% and 54% for Black Ferns and USA. So it's still an even game despite the scoreboard.
Perfect conditions late afternoon here in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. And New Zealand will get the penalty. Scrum's gone straight to ground.
It's hinged. Number 1. Scrum.
New Zealand opt for another scrum here.
It's been a great battle here between Vaisinia Mahutariki Whakalelu and Hope Rogers.
No, that's got to be better.
Experience versus debutante. It's always a battle that we love seeing no matter what game it is.
And at the moment, you're not doing that, okay? Right, can you stop building?
Look at that setup. Look how far wide Vahakolo is, and she's waving to them because she's trying to say, look at me out on this left edge. There's plenty of width the Black Ferns are standing with, but we know equally that they've got the passing skills to get it out there too.
The battle between who can get the hat-trick first between Woodman-Wickliffe and Vahakolo.
Sorensen McGee tucked in behind Demantas. Reese Pody Lane on test debut and has looked very proficient there as well. Away it comes. Oh, what a shot put on. Waka gets up, goes again, somehow gets the ball away, and it's Caitlin Vahakolo who is the first to the hat-trick. 3 in the first half for Caitlin. For New Zealand to extend their advantage nearing half-time.
The back of that scrum, they had an option everywhere. Vahakolo ends up getting the try, but the short ball to Setefano is almost an option as well. Sorry, to Sorensen McGee, but that smack there by Emily Henrich on Stacey Waka, that is not an easy thing to do. But Caitlin Vahakolo cleans up this ball, gets a try in the corner, gets her hat-trick for the game.
22 test tries in 15 games for Caitlin Vahakolo. She is something special. How is that strike rate for a winger? But Stacey Waka as well got absolutely thumped and still got straight back up on her feet to keep that ball alive.
Demand from wide, tries to bring it around, it'll stay just to the left of the uprights, but New Zealand go out 29 points to 14 now. 3 tries in the first half to Caitlin Vahakolo.
She was Breakthrough Player of the Year 2022 for a reason. 2023, in fact, that was. She has just absolutely built confidence every single time she has put on that Black Ferns jersey.
Brings in the restart again. It's been a busy first half for Vahakolo. Didn't play against Canada last week, taking her chances today. Mahutariki Whakalelu for Bremner. Just holds it up. Does Bremner able to go? She's really good roaming wide. Converted to a lock in the last 18 months or so, Bremner. Pody Lane. Again, nicely tipped on by the New Zealand tight forwards. Releasing it again. For Olsen Baker, ducking under one. USA just wanting to stand firm here in the final minute of the half. Again, they are working that Miller and Pody Lane. Didn't come off, but they retain possession. Waka, nice hands, or Mikaeli Su'u in the wide channels now. Vahakolo. A couple of balls not going to hand, so Setefano just straightens things up to halfway. Olsen Baker with Roos in support, pumping the legs again before being stopped. And they've got USA offside here, so New Zealand will have another chance before the half is out.
The Black Ferns just building some continuity there with their attack. But again, you could see Pody Lane looking to do that flick pass to her teammate Georgia Miller. It's just a strong combination between those two. They've usually been that hooker working prop position on the series. Here we go, we've got a tap.
Oh, surprise, surprise. She catches us every time with it. Miller whips the ball for Waka. Now Woodman-Wickliffe just puts the foot down, in and away. Portia Woodman-Wickliffe at her very best. Comes out of retirement and still running like a 20-year-old. Portia Woodman-Wickliffe, she gets a first half hat-trick.
Oh, we start getting a little bit nervous when we see those surprise quick taps, but when it turns into a try like that, you can't help but be impressed. Catching USA Eagles off guard and spreading it wide. Look at those hands that catch it first. Miller, Waka, and then Woodman-Wickliffe. That's her bread and butter. It's just carrying hard and beating defenders all day.
Oh, the support line too was always there from Miller. She has had an exceptional first half on debut. The wingers, well, they've got all the prizes, but they've done plenty of work as well. First half hat-tricks each for Caitlin Vahakolo and Portia Woodman-Wickliffe. There's Ruahei Demand. Can't convert this one, and New Zealand will go into the break with a 20-point advantage. They lead the United States 34 points to 14. First half hat-tricks to Caitlin Vahakolo and Portia Woodman-Wickliffe have given New Zealand a 34-14 lead at half-time over the United States. Let's hear from the coaching team's Alan Bunting for New Zealand, but first USA's Mel Bosman is with Taylor Johnson.
Your team got off to a great start and then the Black Ferns came back into the game. Where do you think you allowed them back in?
I think when we were at the breakdown, on attack, we were a bit laboured with our passing from the halfback to our pods. That with a quick line speed from the Black Ferns allows them to get into our face easy and steal ball. So that's what happened there.
They're going wide a lot, the Black Ferns, obviously both wingers with hat-tricks. How are you going to shut that down?
We need to take them up the middle. We have to get that ball quickly and hold on to our ball. And on D, we have to force the middle to come up harder. At the moment, we're a bit laboured in the middle again, so can't afford to let them go wide because that's what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Alan, as a coaching group, talk me through how you dissected that first half.
Yeah, well, so I'm pretty critical at the moment. A little bit clunky with our skills and the finishing, and our disciplines let us down a bit, let them down there a few times, and our line-up, so a few things to clean up, but yeah, happy, they're playing some rugby and you can see a bit of Black Ferns DNA out there.
How do you keep this USA team at bay, because they do keep coming back at you?
Yeah, we've got to play down the right ends of the field. We're letting them down into our 22 and pretty hard to stop down there, but we do have to defend our line like we did last week.
All the best.
Thanks, Taylor.
Well, this is what it means on the points table at the moment. New Zealand, they need to win this match with a bonus point and by 25 points. At the moment, it is 20. That is if they are to win back the Pacific Four, which Canada holds on to and are clinging on after their impressive win last night. A 25-point margin is what New Zealand needs. Soraya Ibarra for the United States get the second half underway as there's a big fly at the air. It lands for Taufu'u, but it came off a USA hand on the way through. It was Matai Tonga again. She's really put herself about, but couldn't quite bring it in for the US.
Yeah, she really just made a nuisance of herself in front of Rouge just then. She caught that cleanly. It could have been a whole different story, but an impressive effort from her to get in front of Rouge, but Black Ferns with ball in hand, scrum here, 60 metres out, 65 metres out. They can be dangerous. We've still got Portia Woodman-Wickliffe, who is really wide out here on the right side.
A couple of changes up front for New Zealand at half-time as well. You'll see them packed down in the scrum. Afina Tangen-Wainohu on for Kate Henwood, and Tanya Kalonevali on for Vaisania Mahutariki Whakalilo. So 2 new front rowers for New Zealand, and they straight away get a penalty.
All 3 of you have just hinged.
All 3 of the US front rowers go down and pinged for it.
Yeah, that's just the strength of Kalonevali, that we know that she can give into a scrum. Fresh legs in a front row can really cause damage in a scrum and in a line out, so we'll see some great injection by Tanya Kalonevali, who had her 20th test last week against Canada as well, so she's full of experience.
Ponsonby finds Miller at the front of the line out, and they'll set a drive on Georgia Miller. Well, she's plenty of pace and flair, but loves the rugged stuff in the middle as well. So New Zealand look to run, and there's a big hole for Vahakolo to side their way through, looking for support with Olsen Baker. She's got Pody Lane inside her, couldn't quite find her, and Zachary's there to mop up for the USA. But New Zealand, again, the misread in defence from the US, and there were some large holes for New Zealand to attack. Here they come again. Again, just a bit messy at times, clunky, as Alan Bunting said at the half-time break. So Setefano again will settle once more in midfield. Mikaeli Tu'u clatters into her opposite Tafuna, who's going to be slow to get up. Freda Tafuna, not the full force there. Kalonevali's put that one down. And a bit of a clash of bodies there too. Freda Tafuna got all of that woman there, Liana Mikaeli Tu'u.
She is one strong, powerful woman, Liana Mikaeli Tu'u. Tafuna just looks like she got a bit of a sting into that shoulder. I don't blame you, sis. That is some power going into the right shoulder. How brave of her to really just put some effort and into that tackle, but Ilona Maher, that is what she is the best at doing, just carrying hard into the defence and really damaging any contact that comes her way.
Bit of time off now. Hope Rogers just receiving some attention. So when that tackle was made on Teresa Setefano in a phase earlier, they just had a bit of a head clash. I don't even think she was actually the tackler. She was just standing by. You can see them perfectly. Just a clean split. So they'll have to get that one stitched up, but they might just try and wrap it.
It's dangerous how low they are. They're like their head, shoulders below.
Yeah.
So it's like we're collapsing. I was about to
Good crowd in to North Harbour Stadium this afternoon. There is a lot happening in Auckland City sporting-wise this weekend. Still, they've come out.
You getting stitched? Yeah, okay, no problem.
And a very loyal fan base here, and a growing fan base too in the women's rugby space. Not the least in part because of that woman.
Okay.
Hard in defence, hasn't gone her way. Going to have to make that change there as Rogers is going to get stitched up.
Yeah, just a blood bin there. So Olivia Leatherman will come on to the pitch. You can see that they were just having a bit of a discussion. You could tell her to stay high because initially you just see that they got hinged in that first scrum.
Just the 6th cap for the 22-year-old Olivia Leatherman coming in. For the Trailfinders in PWR and the Twin Cities Gemini in the WER Women's Elite Rugby in the United States, which has really taken hold this season. Big scrum to come into.
Binds! Set!
Stable this time, and Ortiz digs it out for Emily Henrich. Had a lot gone her way. The winger for the US. There's Johnson. Good carry, good meters from Rachel Johnson. Out they come. Hawkins just had to chip it in, just got caught in behind, and it's going to work out well here for Ibarra. Gets the offload away to Fury too. Good support play, and then monstered by Pody Lane. But some front football here for the US early in the second half. They've got numbers wide too. Jarrell just couldn't quite release on the outside. As New Zealand reorganises in defence, Ponsonby shoots out. Henrich got clobbered on the way down.
She's got the ball.
And it's come on New Zealand's side, and he looked to turn over once more. So quick to pounce on the counter. Little moments that the United States have talked about that they haven't been able to capitalise on. Setefano. Now for Roos. Away it comes, and New Zealand still full of running. Now Waka, she's got Miller in that wide channel. Now Georgia Miller, territory in front. Zachary gets it away, and the bounce sits up for Portia Woodman-Wickliffe to get a fourth.
I've got that as a try because I got that stripped backwards by White. So then we play on, just regather it and then score.
Sarah Cox explaining it had been ripped away by Zachary. Out of the hands of Miller again, but Portia Woodman-Wickliffe entertaining the crowd again.
Yeah, it was just something out of nothing, but Teresa Setefano getting low over that ball. She's hard to clean out over any breakdown, and it was just a matter of the catch and pass. Stacey Walker actually carried really well here, getting on the outside of Maher, which then allowed Georgia Miller to have a crack, but you heard the ref there, Sarah Cox, say that Zachary actually knocked the ball out of Georgia's hands, making it go backwards off USA, so Portia Woodman-Wickliffe have all rights to that ball to get her 4th try for the game.
Well, it's the try that gives New Zealand a 25-point buffer, and now that makes it 27, so as it stands, New Zealand would win the Pacific Nations Trophy over Canada. Still plenty to play. Portia Woodman-Wickliffe gets a 4th, and she looms up on the wonderful Vanessa Coots as the Black Ferns all-time leading try scorer.
The Black Ferns are just showing us that they have full intention to go wide every time they have that ball and expose their wingers. When you've got two powerhouses like that, and Aisha Letienga, who's sitting up in the stands licking her lips at how juicy the battle is for those winger jerseys.
Vahakola. Ball goes backwards out of the hands. Pody Lane, Demand, little dab kick over the top here, and it's going to sit up, is it not quite, for Waka. Hawkins did well, and then got the full force. Oh, Stacey Waka at her. They've got back in numbers to recover, have the USA, so they will regroup and go once more. Kali Tofu it is. Tai Tonga, New Zealand again, that line speed stopping Zachary in her tracks. So good awareness from the US captain. What a leader she is. Johnson. Slow ball for Olivia Ortiz to deal with, and just tries to get it in behind and turn New Zealand around. Sits up for Demand, and this is where they could be dangerous. Vahakolo straight away, knowing she's got the pace on Fury. Demand has stayed in support. Setefano is with her. Teresa Setefano one way, then the other. Round the corner it comes. Ruahei Demand will go herself. New Zealand busting out from inside their own territory. Pace, numbers, power, everything at the moment.
Oh, it was just the calm energy of Demand. Way back into their half, just carrying it forward a little bit, and then a quick pass to Vahakolo, so she knows her wingers are there. Get them some good go forward. Look at this, she's just playing. She's just playing. And then she's in support like any good first five and captain is. Setefano is right there as well. I put my hand up, come on, Fitzy, score a try. But Demand is there in play, so is Pody Lane. This is the type of Black Ferns play that we love seeing, we love watching it.
Well, the support play is incredible, and so on the fitness levels. You can see everyone is up for every time someone gets a break. The whole entire team is tracking back. They're not sitting watching on their laurels. They are backing their teammates and always providing someone running off a shoulder.
Demand to convert her own try, even does it sitting on her backside. To go over, and New Zealand hit 48-14. Ruahei Demand, and it looks like she's in fact trotting to the sideline.
Yeah, substitution as well for the USA Eagles first. Cass Bargel comes on for Olivia Ortiz. And there's a couple changes for the Black Ferns. Georgia Ponsonby also coming off, so special moment for young Vicky Rose Green, the debutante out of Morrinsville, just 22 years old.
Matai Tonga finally wins one, and then it spills forward again. So New Zealand go to the bench, and there is Vicky Rose Green, 22 years old, on debut, got a massive support system with her. You can see the smile on her face, going to pack down her first scrum. What a moment for Vicky Rose Green and the whānau.
She'll feel right at home too, Ricky, because look who's either side of her Waikato teammates as well. What a special time. Outside Tangent, Wainohu, and in between Kelowna Valley too.
Crouch!
And of course, there's Hannah King slotting in at number 10.
Binds!
Good position for her to be able to come in and direct this last half an hour for New Zealand. Front rows go down, and away it does come for King, and then straight away hoofs it off downfield in the middle. Where it's scooped up by Tess Fury. Came into the game really early, did Tess Fury. The injury to Cheta Emba. Pody Lane digs it away for Bremner. Bremner and Roos still trucking along. Work rate. There it is for Miller. Offload for Tangent Wainohu, and now Setefano. Such a quiet achiever, Teresa Setefano, but in the thick of things as well. King, across it is into a hole. Oh, great hands. Waka to Sorensen McGee. Now Woodman-Wickliffe dragged into touch by Ma. A tackle that needed to be made, but the handling of New Zealand wide was superb.
You can just see slowly there, Georgia Miller just picking her time to sniper off that ruck with Reese Pody Lane distributing the ball to her, but Woodman-Wickliffe just getting taken out there by Ilona Maher. There's a battle of some big names today. We've got some subs coming as well, Taylor.
Yeah, a couple more changes for the Eagles. Rachel Eriki, she comes on into the second row and replaces Tofu, and a replacement at hooker as well. Catherine trade up on for Paige Strathopoulos.
A couple of experienced campaigners for the US to be able to bring on and trade it. And Merrick trade it straight into it with the throw. To the front it goes for Jarrell. Here's Cassidy Caspargel, new halfback too. Cleared away for KMA. Tagapolo hasn't been able to get any room with ball in hand. Hawkins hoists it high this time. Light starting to take effect. Vahakolo can't bring it in. And Maher tidies up. USA now, the other team just starting to look a little bit frantic, so they'll go back and play the knock-on.
No advantage.
Off Vahakolo.
Time off. Number 4.
Another change as well for the Black Ferns. It's sister for sister. There's still going to be a Bremner out there, but Chelsea will replace her younger sister in Ilona Bremner, who I think has been really fantastic. She has had 2 full games this Pac-4 series. This time she gets a seat on the bench and an opportunity now for Chelsea Bremner to replace Dice Faliafunga in that Pac-4 team.
Yeah, big opportunity for Chelsea Bremner.
Okay, let's go.
Player who's probably one of those ones on the fringe a wee bit, given too her sister has moved into locking position. World Cup winner, of course, Chelsea Bremner, such a key figure in that. It's a great chance for her. But it's a USA scrum, which will be fed by Cass Sargel.
Binds! Set!
The way it comes for the United States. Singing at first receiver is Fury. Again, Olsen Baker shooting up, just cut off the option for the US scrum half.
Let's go.
Zachary has to play at it. Henrich going to chip in over the top here. It's Tafuna who's ranging wide, won't be able to keep it in field despite the despairing effort. Alfreda Tafuna.
It was very brave of her to try and keep that ball in, but a little bit too much weak bits there this morning from Hawkins just to kick it into touch, but an opportunity for Vicky Rose Green to get her first line-out throw. It's one of the crucial skill sets of a hooker in 15, so let's see how she goes in that black jersey.
It's to Miller, she goes, and it wasn't straight. USA contested. Throw goes astray, and it gives USA
Option. Line out or scrum? Would you like a line out?
a chance,
Yep,
and
line
they were
out.
going to go to their line out as well.
Apologies on that
Yeah,
commentary
sure,
curse.
Number 6.
Yeah, absolutely
6.
setting her up
Number
for
6.
it, to be fair. Another change coming in for the United States.
Yeah, Tafuna, she has worked tirelessly. One of the try scorers, in fact, the first try scorer for the Eagles, she takes a seat. And the experienced Talia Brody, who has played a bit of rugby here in New Zealand with the Tasman Marker Women in the Farah Palmer Cup, she comes on.
Trader hits her mark in the form of Jarrell, so USA possession back. Here it is for Henrich coming off her wing, all the way through King and Miller. Around the corner come the United States, some fresh legs out there. There's Eriki, one of them. And now Nagapolo going forward. This looks more promising for the USA, trying to build some phases. Cut out ball, and it goes for Ibarra. She's really elusive, kept it in field. No, she didn't. It was good cover from Stacey Waka. Just had a little surge to Ibarra. New Zealand snuffed it out.
Soraya Ibarra, she's been so impressive this game. She's only 19 years old. Obviously represented New Zealand under-18 sevens with Christina Sue as her coach, so she has had some major experience. Got an injury in the background here, Singapore. She's also had an incredible game. She has stood up for her USA Eagles team, so I'd imagine if she's got some batters and bruises, I don't blame her. She's been in the mix of it this whole game.
Well, her front row partner in Hope Rogers has been stitched up and back out onto the field, so Olivia Leatherman takes a seat on the bench once more.
Has she been stitched up for sure? Hope Rogers, 54th test, that most capped US player. You talk about tough and resilient women in this game. Point out Caspar Jelt, that replacement halfback. There she is, number 21, just her 7th test out of Boston. And well, she was diagnosed a couple of years back with inflammatory bowel disease and actually plays with an ostomy, colon removed. Incredibly impressive, has talked very openly about her health and what that means, and to be able to be out on this world stage, international athlete, super impressive. Getting some good minutes in this match as well.
Yeah, she plays with that band around to keep it in place. It's quite remarkable.
Ball comes off the top for New Zealand. It's with Setifano standing in midfield. Here's Waka, the old firm, big cutout ball for Vahakolo, going to take them on. With boot to ball, it deflects away, comes off the fingertips of Vahakolo, and Mataitonga tidies up. Done lots of tough work. Here's Bula Mataitonga, no work in the open, or no options in the open for it, as Maher takes it to ground. Able to clear off for Hawkins, and traded it well, got ball and Waka at the same time. USA just happy to keep pressing down the blind side, but it's been ripped away. Hawkins dispossessed by Olsen Baker, and New Zealand look to counter again. Sorensen McGee. King spins it across the line. Miller, this is where she's dangerous. Setifano now, Woodman-Wickliffe. All the Sevens players combining with a plum. Another good tackle on Mataitonga, and Pody Lane comes to clear. Maya Roos out the back, Green. Sorensen McGee, a light lean halfback, happy to take on the tight head prop in the opposite. Hannah King takes it to the line. Chelsea Bremner out into the action, replacing her sister. Pody Lane looks to release Tangent Wainohu. Just one out for New Zealand at the moment, and the USA picking them off. Oh, having a good dig in there too at it. Have to let it come though for Pody Lane. New Zealand looking to build some phases now. Olsen Baker for Bremner. Mikaeli too gets out of her way, then stays in support. Offload from Reese. Pody Lane couldn't quite get the ball away. The debutantes are looking, they're trying to claim one, Vicky Rose Green, but it had knocked off the fingertips of Reese Pody Lane.
Oh, that made me jump to my feet. Not biased, but Reese Aliana Pody Lane, she's had an impressive 56 minutes. International debut today, but it was the phase play as well by the Black Ferns, just carrying hard, but getting the ball free in contact. Liana Mikaeli Tu'u getting a carry there as well, but just that tackle there by Trader just to stop Pody Lane from getting the ball away. It was a race to see who could score the first try on debut, but unfortunately it was stopped.
A couple changes for both teams. One in the front row for the Eagles. Sangapolo's going to succumb to that neck injury, so Charlie Jacoby comes on into the front row, and the co-captain enters the fray in her 30th game. Kennedy Tukuafu made her debut against the Eagles back in 2019 in San Diego. She replaces Liana Mikaeli Tu'u for what now forms a very agile back row.
Lots of options in the loose for New Zealand. For sure, Kennedy Tukuafu in her 30th. Also Georgia Ponsonby playing her 30th today. Milestones marked in the New Zealand teams. USA setting the scrum hard against their own goal line, and New Zealand get a big shove on. They try to rake it back. They've walked over the top, and they'll get the scrum penalty. New front rowers, new tight forwards, all getting involved. And now the tap, and they will go. Setifano just holds it up for Woodman-Wickliffe on the edge. She's got 4, she's got 5. Portia Woodman-Wickliffe. They don't call her the GOAT for nothing.
Portia Woodman-Wickliffe. 43 career tries in the black jersey, but it was the quick tap as well. We were all expecting another scrum battle of the forwards, But Stefano to identify the space on the outside. When you've got someone like Portia Woodman-Wickliffe on your team, you want her with ball in hand and as much as possible. She now ties that most tries all time in the Black Ferns, equaling Vanessa Coots with 43. She came out of retirement just to get a record. What an impressive woman.
As if she doesn't have enough. She's got plenty. Portia Woodman-Wickliffe, and the crowd is so loving having her back in the game.
Hannah King takes over the goal-kicking duties and absolutely nails it from wide. Great kick by King. New Zealand bring up 50. They've got a hand on the Pacific 4, 55-14.
Still have plenty of work to do here, Woodman-Wickliffe. Look at how electric and lightning quick that left foot step is. We have seen plenty of people fall victim to that before.
Oh, mistake's going to compound here for the United States. They've still got 20 minutes to go. You have to really stick in this fight now.
Yeah, this is where the mentality has to kick in. Being so behind with 20 minutes still to go, you still want to stay connected. There's obviously new combinations on the field with benches being emptied. So they want to still stick to their game. They want to still be able to play some really good footy in build-ups for their Rugby World Cup campaign. But the Black Ferns have just really dominated this last 60 minutes, still with 20 minutes to go. Midfield scrum. There are plenty of options on either side.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Options left and right here for Olsen Baker and Pody Lane. Here's a little dart, does Pody Lane find Sorensen McGee. Very assured on debut, the number 9 as well. As we expected her to be now. Miller almost through a hole, tried to push the ball, and it's been knocked down by Rogers. New Zealand will get the penalty.
You could see the intention of
You were
Rogers
never in a realistic position to regather the ball.
When Georgia was carrying the ball into contact, she actually got into the passing lane knowing that Georgia is someone who looks for the offload when she's got people around her. But she needs to get 2 hands on that ball. She needed to make it look realistic that she was catching the ball to make it look like an interception, but 1 hand was just not enough. Look at the blood on that jersey. They are some tough women out there. Get some stitches on your forehead. Go on, carry on playing.
Yeah.
They'll be frustrated, the USA. They have been in all their matches so far this season, blowing out here. They show enough signs. The World Cup starting to loom, and they have got a big occasion as they will open the tournament against the host nation, England. A few battered and bruised bodies as well, I think, for this US team, and they have come up against a New Zealand side with a whole lot of new, fresh players, and that is what they are all playing for. Squads to be named, players to be picked. We'll say some good players are going to miss out in all nations, all starting here on the 22nd of August, New Zealand on Sky Sport. Quick ball off the top for Roos. Back in field for Stefano, straightening up. Oh, she had Woodman-Wickliffe on the shoulder. Now Ilona goes through the breadbasket. Another penalty starting to compound for the US.
Yeah, USA's discipline is just starting to slip up a little bit there, joining the ruck incorrectly. So the Black Ferns get another opportunity for a set-piece play. Surely they'd look to do a short ball somewhere for Portia Woodman-Wickliffe just to score 1 more try. You can see her sneaking in there on the inside of Hannah King. Potentially an option there.
5 in the match, taking her to 43. Nice little set play off the line out now for Olsen Baker. USA have to release her from there. She's got the knees to ground, and it does come back. Ilona Maher. It's It's been all the backs on the try-scoring sheet today. Green on debut. Olsen Baker puts the head down, pumps those legs. So hard to stop every time. Drifting away, they go left again. Woodman-Wickliffe's come back out to the right, and that is where they are heading again. King, Setefano, oh, can't find Waka. Disconnected middle, still there for Miller. Catches up with it, Woodman-Wickliffe swerving away from one and another. Eventually Rogers brings her down. Almost opened up for her. Olsen Baker steaming onto it. Tukuafu as well. New Zealand keeping the ball alive, and they are tough to live with when they play like this. Kalonevale. Pauli Lane again flicks it away. Vicky Rose Green. Around the corner comes the co-captain, Tukuafu. New Zealand just patient. And then in the other corner as well, it's Vahakolo. She goes in for a fourth of the match for her. New Zealand racking up tries on the edge at will.
Oh, it's just been an absolute field for the wingers today. Caitlin Vahakolo getting her fourth for today, 15th for her career. She's just been impressive, but it was just the face play of the Black Ferns, the forwards doing the work, getting into those holes and then just spreading it wide when they know that they've got the space there ready to go. And Vahakolo, she is just growing with confidence today. She's been absolutely dangerous in the right places at the right time to score those 5-pointers.
I want to pay tribute to receipt Leona Lane. She has been fantastic. It is her quick ball at the back of every ruck and her decision-making that has allowed the Black Ferns to go multiple phases.
King from the opposite edge this time, curls it around, brilliantly done. Leaned it in, did Hannah King, and she adds 2 more for New Zealand. 62-14 now.
New Zealand have cleared their bench as well. They've got a healthy lead. Longi Polotu, Lemapua Sylvia Brandt comes on for Teresa Setefano and Maya Joseph. The young halfback replaces Reese Pauli Lane.
What a return for Setefano, what a debut for Pauli Lane. USA, a rare foray into New Zealand's territory in this half. Remember, they scored first in this match. It was 12-7 at one point. And they've been blown out of the water. Ibarra loses control now as the pressure comes on.
Yeah, unfortunate for Ibarra. She has certainly stepped up for her team, shifting into that first 5 position with the shift around of players, with the Lev Kelter missing out on this game due to her red card last weekend. But that pressure from Woodman-Wickliffe just didn't allow her to catch the ball cleanly, and Hawkins is coming off.
Yeah, Hawkins, I have liked the way she's played. She's identified that the Black Ferns have a really quick line speed and put the ball in behind a couple times, but it just hasn't really worked out for them. And replacing her as another sevens player you know a lot about, Nicole Heaviland, comes on to the field.
Looks like she'll go out onto the wing, Nicole Heaviland, with Henrich coming in to second 5. Right, Joseph will feed this first scrum.
Stepping off.
And they'll get a free kick. Joseph taps. King. Lovely ball wide for Waka, who's distributed expertly. Sorensen McGee almost around Haviland, had a good go back at her. Did the new player on for the US. Does really well, Nicole Haviland, to snuff out that surge of Sorensen McGee.
Yeah, she identified that this young talent has got some speed. Incredible turnover, Nicole Evelyn. She's someone who is just such a hearty fighter. She will go and go and go. She has 39 sevens caps for the USA. Initially, Sorensen McGee got on the outside and a fend to Heveland. But Ferry was able to get over that nice and cleanly. So the USA, they get an opportunity. They've got 50 metres to eat up here to try and get another try on the scoreboard, but they've got an interesting set of play here. Spread wide, you've got Ilona Maher outside, in behind Zachary. You've also got 3 USA players, or 4 actually, in that first channel.
The way it comes and it breaks down as Zachary just loses control. It's just trying too hard almost, and now they come. King bangs us away downfield. It's a long chase back for Tess Fury. It's going to go too long, too much on it. And that's about sums up the USA's luck, that last roll of the ball.
Yeah, eating up 50 metres, ended up losing 50 metres, but Hannah King, she spotted the space in the back, sorry, but option to just catch and pass could have been on. She had about 5 players on her outside that were getting back into position to go forward, so USA will kick from their try line, and Kai Paulson-Baker gets a Falcon.
Well, she hasn't done much wrong. Kai Paulson-Baker again for about a season and a half. She can laugh about it.
Stepping off the mark.
She's looking up at the big screen and having a big giggle at herself as Olsen-Baker. But as you mentioned, she has been very outstanding for the Black Ferns team. I mean, she's the top tackler after 2 games, #1 in breakdown steals, #1 defensive ruck rivals, and tonight she has been monstrous.
She's made 15 tackles today, 23 carries. She's been impressive, and there's the live ladder. Black Ferns are at the top, nice and comfortably at the moment. It's going to take a miracle, I think, for the USA Eagles to try and change that, but the Black Ferns have got one hand on the trophy now.
They needed to win this match by 25 points. And they certainly look like they're going to do that as they walk over the top of this USA scrum now, and Joseph clears away for Sylvia Brunton there. Here's Woodman-Wickliffe, 4-through-1. She's got space here, Portia Woodman-Wickliffe to become the all-time leading try scorer in Black Ferns history. Tries in the match to take her to 44 in her career.
Oh, she knows in her mind. We know that she's been counting, but the impressive catch and pass here, she still had a lot of work to do. Mai Taitonga was up in her space, and when you've got that much space in front of Portia Woodman-Wickliffe, she is hard to chase. She has broken so many records before. Here's another one to add to her career. She almost gave the pop to Vahakolo. She almost wanted to give it away.
I don't think she knows what she's just done. I don't think she had thought where she was on that ladder of Black Ferns' top try scorers. Don't think anyone could imagine she got 6 tries in this game.
Oh, Kings missed that one from wide. New Zealand, 67. 6 tries in the match to take her to 44, ahead of Vanessa Coots. Most tries all time for the Black Ferns.
She held that all-time 7s try leading scoreboard for a long time. Now she's got the 15s in the black jersey. She is just an impressive legend of women's rugby, with still so much more to give, despite that she was retired and has come back and playing incredible rugby.
Oh, Vahakolo brings that one down. They are now full of confidence. This New Zealand side, it's their penultimate test match before the World Cup. It hasn't always been perfect. It has been pretty solid. And flex their muscles against a lower ranked side. And got their game rolling. Now King Dadson behind. Oh, Waka's been taken out there. They might get away with it, USA. No, they won't.
23, tackle off the ball.
Doesn't miss much. Sarah Cox. Stacey Waka was taken, and now they've tapped. It's Joseph this time who kicks ahead. There's nobody really out there for New Zealand, and it'll roll away into touch.
Well, this is where they start to get a little bit of momentum with those fresh legs. They really want to do a lot while they come on for a short period of time. And Maya Joseph, she's been in a lot in the short period of time that she's been on, but kick just wasn't accurate there. she could see the space, but I think just ball to hand, just having a play, that would have been potentially the better option for them.
Ladies, come on. Let's go. We're not here to huddle. Let's go, please.
Ball in the middle taken down by Johnson. USA been held scoreless in this half. This will be their biggest defeat of the season so far. Angel sends it away into touch, and it's gone out on the full. Outside the 22. It's just unravelled for them in the second half, as New Zealand have come at them wave after wave of pace, precision, offloads, skill set.
Five. Oh, you're on 6.
And
right,
legends.
Hang on. Hold on, till 5. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you can set. There you go. Yeah. Right. So on.
Green hits the mark. No, that one's not straight either.
So it's the same as the other one down there. You've caught it on the outside, so it's not straight, okay? There is a competition. What would you like?
As I say, it hasn't been perfect. There is still a lot for New Zealand to take away, and still a lot to improve upon these final matches before they go to the World Cup.
No huddles, let's go.
You could
It'll be a free
hear there
kick
Sarah
otherwise.
Cox, the coach, the ref, sorry, just saying that because there was a competition, the not straight throw means that it's a turnover. It's a new rule in 15s now that hookers need to adapt to.
Well, there's a real tangle of bodies in there. Jarrell couldn't get a go. Away goes Green. And now Tukuafu, the forwards. They might fancy one themselves this time. Zachary has a dab at it, has to release. Kalunavali hard to stop from there. There's Tanya Kalunavali. No, they're going to go wide again. King over the top. Waka. Stacey Waka. In her return to Test Rugby, she's been the distributor, the provider in this match. And now she gets a try as well.
The last time Stacey Waka was in this jersey was at the Rugby World Cup final, where she was absolutely impactful. It was a bit of a fumble there from the line-out, but Vicky Rose Green, she got a good carry away there. And then it was just a matter of who was going to finish off the try. Stacey Waka with that dummy and go. She is super fast off the mark. She's so hard to stop, and that smiling assassin, she'll continue that smile no matter what jersey, what code and what team.
I think we can all agree that the Sevens players have slotted back into the 15s jersey. Some of them coming into the 15s program for the first time. They have done it seamlessly.
And a King curls this one on the inside, the right hand upright. New Zealand now 74 points to 14. This is a bitter blow for the USA.
It's been a dominant performance by the Black Ferns. Stacey Waka, she made her black jersey debut in the 15 side. 25 test caps, 117 7 tries on the World Series. She is an impressive woman when it comes to women's rugby.
Here's Tukuafu. King, she's had a good 30 minutes coming in, Hannah King. Had to take a lot of a load last season. Really just enjoying to learn her trade a little bit more. She is again King, has to hold it up this time. USA still shooting up. Still full of effort. Joseph, flat this time. Or Sorensen McGee flicked it away, just forced that one in contact.
It was actually good defensive pressure by USA. They had really good line speed in that short channel, which meant that Hannah King had to really size up her options and carry rather than distribute the ball. With Sorensen McGee, we don't really see her make mistakes in the last 3 games that she's played, but that offload there, trying to get away to Georgia Miller, she almost needed just to go into the breakdown and set the ball. Got another injury in play here. Looks like a bit of a blood nose. We're all about those.
Well, this ends a long 6 weeks in camp on tour for the United States. beaten by Japan, Canada, Australia, and now going to be beaten by New Zealand. So they'll go away, have a bit of a break, then they go back into camp as well. And they've got a couple more test matches to rectify a whole lot of things. They'll play Canada again, and they play Fiji as well in Washington, DC. New Zealand, well, this is what they've got coming, taking on the Wallaroos. They've got the O'Reilly Cup wrapped up. That one coming on the 12th of July at Sky Stadium in Wellington, their final test match on home soil before the World Cup. Tell you what, as we build towards this and the squad to be named, that coaching box, they have got a tough job to do, because with moves like that, probably not going to select her based on that, but how about 6 tries today?
Keep the dancing with the stars to Ilona Maher, Portia.
Midfield though, loose forwards. This woman has been a standout on debut. It's a real battle for places. Three and a half to go in this one. New Zealand led 34-14 at half-time, having gone behind early. And they have poured on the points since. Henrich in at first receiver, there for Ibarra, just holding it up, runs into Waka, ragdolled to the ground. There's Soraya Ibarra, had a torrid day in that 10 shirt. Henrich rolls again, the extra roll. Menjolson-Baker was all over it.
It's her 5th breakdown steal for the Pac-4 series. We've talked about people's bread and butter today. That has been hers for the series. She's been so impressive of getting over the ball at the right time. She's so strong. She's got such powerful legs and unable to be moved when she's in that position. She's been super impressive. The SA penalties conceded, USA with the most at 41, but Black Ferns is up there with 34, which is something they'll really need to tidy up when they get ready for the Rugby World Cup, because that could give them some damage.
No, 6, you're all good.
Green finds the target nice and straight this time for the debutant. King comes away, out the back, Waka, good hands from the ball off Brunt. Hidden a good tackle by Maher. He's tried to organise them defensively. Joseph bangs it off downfield, and it's a long chase back for for Haviland rather. And Nicole Haviland is going to have a little run back here herself. It's really tough. There's Nicole Haviland, and you need to be if you're going to get smacked by Tukuafu. Maher dropped by Woodman-Wickliffe. Rachel Ericke just no way through. They have been camped down here most of the second half. The United States, no way to exit out of their own red zone. Defence like that, a big factor. Argel Jacoby leaves it. Leatherman does well to hold on. Still trying, but just no go forward. Ibarra chopped down. Vahakolo doesn't miss.
Leave it!
Jacoby carrying forward into the final minute now. Now New Zealand, they won't want to concede at all. They will want to keep USA down here and finish off in the style they've shown for the best part of this match, and they are going to get one more go. They were told to use it the United States, but they've completely run out of puff now.
I said use it, and you went over the 5 seconds.
It's staring your way.
No, sure.
Yeah, Bagel just taking a little bit too long. You could see that she was just waiting for her team to get set and chase, but just miscommunication there, and not getting demanded a little bit more to get that ball gone. that woman there, though, Portia Woodman-Wickliffe. She's been impressive today.
Well, she scored 8 in a test match at the 2017 World Cup, so
she needs 2 more.
She's not quite going to hit that.
That much.
Yeah, not quite going to hit that mark today, but she is that a little kick in behind or something. She's waving the hand furiously, regardless.
Stand up. We haven't had a problem all game, and now we've got a problem, okay? Let's reset, please. Let's go. Let's put some pace into this, please. Come on, reset.
No pressure, Hannah King, to put it on a dime for her.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
They're going to go to the left instead. And holding it up, Vahakolo. She's got 4 herself. And now New Zealand will come back. They recycle with Bremner. 81 minutes gone now, and they still want one more. 12 tries in the bank. Pick and go, Kalonivale. USA, one more bit of defence. Tukuafu. Round the corner, wraps Olsen Baker. If anyone deserves one, it's her, but she's short. Joseph brings it away. Waka. Sorensen McGee is going to give it one more for 7. A magnificent 7 for the greatest of all time.
Well, what can't she do? What can't she do? With about 30 centimetres of space, and Ilona Maher right on her tail, and she's still able to score a try. 45 most tries all time in the Black Ferns jersey. We've said it multiple times. She's a legend. Wonder Woodman-Wickliffe. You are playing the best rugby that you have in a long time. Just unbelievable. You can't say much more. You can't say much more. She's just an amazing rugby player.
None of the 7 have been easy put downs. She hasn't walked them in. She's had to finish. And now they all had to get out the way so Hannah King can finish this match. $79 points to 14. An absolute demolition job. Records broken, milestones made, debuts made. And it has been one of those occasions from the Black Ferns that will put everybody else on notice. New Zealand 79, the USA 14.